Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Ask a Baron. Our guest this week is Jason Williams. Jason, thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's your first season in the Oilers organization. You're coming back to North America after 2 seasons over in Europe. You've been at or near the leading scorer for this team all season long. How has the adjustment coming back and playing at the AHL level been for you?
It's been a pretty good adjustment, I think, for myself. Just getting used to the timing, the more physical play, and I think was kind of the biggest adjustment. Just trying to get those things the best I could, and so far everything's been good. I've been obviously fortunate to play with some good players, and the team is doing very well. So that's the big positive, and so far my experience, down here in OKC has been great. I love the city, and my family enjoys it, and it's been a lot of fun. You
said from the start of the season that your goal was to not only come and prove that you could still play at this level as you get later in your career, but potentially at the NHL level one day. I think it's safe to say you've proven you can play at this level still, but how have you seen and judged your own play and what you maybe can or can't do going forward?
Like I say, I've been pretty happy with my play so far, but there's always things that you can work on and get better at, and I've been trying to work on those in practice. And my main focus this year was just coming in here, being a good veteran guy, try to lead by example. I think that my game is almost there. There's a few things that I can still work on to be an NHL guy and be able to contribute at that level.
This team is on a very hot stretch the last couple of months. You've been one of the best teams in the league. You obviously don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, but when you look at the rest of the season for this team, how dangerous do you see this roster being for the rest of the season and potentially in the playoffs?
Well, I find that we're a very deep team, especially up front. We've got great goaltending, and our D from day one till now have gotten a lot better. As a team, and as we have to take advantage of times like these where you have a good team and you have a good chance to go far and make things happen. And I've said this since day one as well, that teams are always looking for champions, and no matter what type of championship that you've won, if it's a Memorial Cup, if it's a championship in minor hockey, any of the big tournaments that you've been through, you always remember those years. So if we can make something special happen here, that would be great.
You have your family here in Oklahoma. You've spent some time over the last couple of months. You have a young daughter, your wife. How have you guys adjusted to Oklahoma, the city of Oklahoma City, and the way of life down here, not only in Oklahoma, but coming back over from Europe from the past 2 years?
You're a little bit more comfortable than from being over in Europe. The language barrier was obviously a difficult time for us, and it was hard to adjust. But being in Oklahoma, obviously everybody speaks English, so we can get around no problem. And just even going out to a restaurant or to the mall, watching a movie, things like that. We've enrolled my daughter into a daycare, so we get to, my wife and I can, get to a movie and things like that in the afternoon some days. So when we're happy and the team's doing well, then life is good, I guess. So as long as we keep winning and my wife stays happy, then I'll be happy.
Can't ask for much more than that. Jason, we'll let you get going. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
For Jason Williams, I'm Carter Baum, Barons TV.